They show up almost every day. They lift weights, they push themselves, they sweat. Weeks go by, then months, but their body barely changes. No sharp shape, no wide shoulders, no aesthetic look. And eventually, a thought appears, maybe this just isn't for me. But the truth is, it's not your genetics. It's not your effort. It's your strategy. Because building a great body isn't random. It's designed. And today, you're going to understand exactly why 90% of people train wrong and what you should do instead. Look at how most people train. They walk into the gym without a clear plan. They do what everyone else is doing. Chest day, arm day, random exercises. They chase heavier weights. They try to lift more every week. But they never stop to ask one simple question. How does this affect the shape of my body? They train muscles, but they don't build a physique. So what happens? They gain some size, but their body still looks average. No structure, no proportions, no V-taper. And the worst part is, they think they're doing everything right. Now imagine someone else. They don't train more than you. They're not stronger than you. But they look better, more defined, more aesthetic, more balanced. Why? Because they understand one key principle. Not all muscles affect your appearance equally. Some muscles create shape. Others only add size. And if your goal is aesthetics, you need to train for shape, not just mass. The foundation of an aesthetic body is simple. The V-taper, wide at the top, narrow at the waist. This creates the illusion of power, confidence, and dominance. And it's not random. It's built through intentional training. The V-taper comes from three key elements. First, shoulders. They create width. Second, the back, especially the lats. They define your outer frame. Third, a small waist. It enhances the contrast. And here's the important part. You don't need to be huge to look impressive. You need proportions. Wider upper body, smaller waist. That contrast is what creates the aesthetic look. Here's what most people do wrong. They train like their goal is to become as big as possible. They overtrain arms, chest. They do endless curls. They bench press constantly, but they neglect shoulders, back. Why? Because arms are easier to feel. Chest is easier to train. But these muscles don't define your shape. They add size, but not structure. So the result is predictable. A body with no clear form, no visual impact, no aesthetic appeal. If your goal is an aesthetic physique, your priorities must change. First, shoulders, especially the lateral delts. They are the fastest way to look wider. Even a small improvement here dramatically changes your appearance. Second, the lats. They create the V shape. They build the outline of your body. Third, upper chest. It adds fullness and balance. Fourth, abs. Not just for a six-pack, but to make your waist look tighter. And finally, arms. They matter, but they are secondary. If your shoulders and back are developed, your arms will already look better. Now let's simplify everything. You don't need a complicated routine. You need a focused system. Day 1, push, incline bench press, shoulder press, lateral raises. Day 2, pull, pull-ups, rows, rear delt exercises. Day 3, rest or light cardio. Then repeat. The key is not doing more. The key is doing what matters. Focus on the muscles that build shape. Train with intention. There is one more factor that most people ignore: body fat. You can build muscle, but if it's covered by fat, you won't look aesthetic. The ideal range is around 10 to 15%. At this level, your shape becomes visible. Your waist looks smaller. Your upper body looks wider. You're not just losing weight. You're revealing the physique you built. At some point, your mindset has to change. Stop training randomly. Start thinking like a designer. Ask yourself, what am I building? Every exercise should have a purpose. Every rep should move you closer to your goal. You're not just working out. You are creating your body. Most people will keep doing the same things. They will train the same way, and they will get the same results. But now, you're different. You understand the system. You understand the structure. You know that results don't come from effort alone, they come from direction. You can keep guessing, or you can start building with intention. An aesthetic body is not luck. It's a result of consistent, smart decisions. Start today, and over time, you won't just see change. You'll see the exact shape you chose to build.